Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Rose Thorn here. So today I'm reacting to Foodie in a different way. So while I was asleep, Foodie did a panel on a channel called RSN. And the panel that she did with RSN brought up a person by the name of Internet T. And Internet T dared to ask the questions that RSN was afraid to ask. Foodie's been on RSN's panel more than a few times, but RSN, dude, I got to call you out a little bit because Foodie's been up on your panel and you don't go past a certain line with Foodie. And I know why. Because you know that if you go too hard on Foodie, that she's going to get mad and she's not going to come on panel with you again. And I'm sure that you're bringing her on panel for extra views and maybe super chats and all that. So you keep your toes behind the line, so to speak. But you brought up Internet T, and Internet T wasn't afraid to go a little harder on Foodie, and I applaud that. So I would like to react to this panel that RSN did. And for those that are interested, no, I do not recommend RSN's channel. I don't. If you want to go there, that's your choice. But I don't recommend the channel. You guys know that when I use other people's content, I leave a link for the video and all that, and I recommend the channel. This is an exception. I am just simply reacting to the stream because this is where the panel happened. This is where the talk with Internet T happened. And I like to give my thoughts for the panel. So let me just go ahead and share the screen. 1 second, please. And there's the panel. So about the 2-hour, 25-minute mark is when Internet T is brought up, and she doesn't pull any punches with Foodie. She's not about walking around things and trying to spare Foodie's feelings, which again, this is something that Foodie needs. She needs people to ask the hard questions. Although I will say, as someone that's been watching Foodie for a long time, Foodie's at a point where she's not going to listen to anybody. It doesn't matter how much common sense you hit her with. It doesn't matter how much truth you hit her with. She is a 38-year-old woman, and she's made up her mind about what she wants and who she wants to be with. Nothing is going to shake this woman out of the tree that she's put herself in. Nothing at all. She's fixated on Natter. She has said herself in live streams that she's addicted to him. And anybody who's ever struggled with any kind of addiction, then you know that unless you get in full recovery, there's a chance that you're going to continue whatever it is you're addicted to. But I will tell you what I will do. I'm going to tip my hat to Internet T, and I'm going to leave a link to her channel in the video description for those who want to check her out, because I think that she deserves some props for coming up on panel and hitting Foodie with the hard questions, and you guys deserve to know about her channel. So let's get to with this interview that happened between RSN and Internet T.
What's up? How you doing?
Hi. I was just hoping to get some clarity on a couple things. I'm not going to be like I think a lot of people have questions.
Sure. What's up?
Chantal she doesn't ever really acknowledge the people that actually have actual questions. She stays in her hug box, and people will ask multiple questions in her chat, and she skips all of them. She always just goes to the ones that,
well, she's here now, so I mean, what's your question?
That's why I came up. That's what I was hoping.
Okay.
That's what I was just trying to explain.
Cool.
So, hi, Chantal. So my question pretty much, a few minutes ago, you said you were going to see your family, and now you just said you're not. So that's where people, when you wonder about when you say,
credibility?
Why?
Yeah.
He asked you like 5 minutes ago if you were going to see your family, and you said yes, and then you just said you're going for a long drive and going to celebrate your own way. You're not going to see your family. So that's
I know, it's because it's so like it's such easier than like, okay, so that's why people think I lie.
Well, that's because you do. You lie, Chantal, when you don't have to lie. I mean, example, this whole court case thing, it's a done deal. I've been holding on to the belief, and nobody's going to take me off that mountain, that there was no court case. There were no charges filed. Nobody is going to take me off the mountain of my belief that this whole court case thing was BS from the get-go. There were no charges filed, and that you and Natter were working that arc on both sides to make money on both sides as long as you possibly could. He was on his side of the fence, on his channel, people feeling sorry for him, so they were giving him extra super chats and views. And I've also heard, allegedly, that he was milking people out of money for lawyers' fees, although there was no lawyer. He was asking several $1,000s for that. You, ma'am, on your side of the fence, people were hopeful that Natter would finally be out of the picture. They were signing up for memberships. They were giving you extra super chats. Yeah, they did all that for months. And you knew it was phony. You knew it was fake. And you did it on purpose because your whole channel is about keeping the drama going for the sake of keeping your livelihood going. No drama equals no livelihood. Because you put yourself in a corner with that, with your content. You chose the tone of your content. You chose what makes you money. Rather than positive content, you chose the negative side. You chose the dramatic, on edge, keep everybody hanging on by their fingernails stuff. And you just have to keep upping the ante, or else people are going to get bored. And now you're at the point where you've brought on every toxic topic there is that you could think of. There's nothing else you could bring to the table. So now it's just Natter talk all the time. And you're also doing that because by talking about him constantly, you're keeping him relevant, and people are going to be going to his channel and giving him views and looking to see if there's tea anywhere. You know what you're doing. You know that if you stop talking about Natter, that his views are going to die. He's not going to get any more money. That's your man. So that's your way of protecting your man. But now that this whole court case is over, the two of you are free to talk about each other still, and yet you both are acting like we can't talk about each other. So again, lying when you don't have to lie, and you do it all the time. You lie when you don't have to lie, and I think it's because it's a game to you. The lying game, it's a game. You get a big kick out of it because you think that you're smarter than everybody else, and it gives you such a rush when you think you've told a lie and you've gotten away with it. Trust me, you're not that good of a liar. You get caught all the time. You tell a lie, and within a matter of a few minutes, all the reaction channels and people in your community call you out for your lies. We punch holes in all of your lies. We see where the truth is, and we point it out to people. And I think that's why you hate the reaction channels, because you want to spin this narrative to people and get away with it. And the reaction channels are right there to say, no, that's not true. And here's why, and here's how. You can't stand the fact that you're on one side of the scale lying to people, and the people in your community and our community are the other side of the scale. We are the counterbalance. We are the truth to your lies. That's why you hate us so much, because we give the people something that you don't give yourself. We give them the truth. If you came forward with the truth, then people wouldn't have to come to us for the truth, right? Exactly. Let's keep going.
Oh, yeah, I can understand.
He asked you straight up, are you going to see your family? And it's none of our business. Believe me, it's nobody's business what you do. But when you're putting everything out there,
Yeah.
and then it took you 3, 4, 5 minutes to lie about that.
Right.
So it's either you're going or not. And that's a perfect example of when people say you lie.
It takes a few seconds to tell the truth, and it takes 3 to 5 minutes to tell a lie. And then when you tell one lie, that means you're going to tell another lie to cover up the first lie, and then another lie to cover up the first 2 lies. You got to keep track of all your lies. And Foodie's not that, she doesn't have that great of a memory. That's why she gets getting caught. It's so much simpler to tell the truth. You know, you tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said. You don't have to think about, oh, I said this, so I should say this behind it. It's ridiculous to lie, especially if you're a bad liar.
The thing is like, it's more complicated than yes or no answer. And you know what? Like, Natter used to get mad at me for this too. Like, people get mad at me like I'm not direct, but it's because, like, if I actually told you the real answer, you would just, like, your head would spin. Like, I'm technically not going to see my family. I got invited by my family to go to the Tulip Festival and out for lunch, but I usually don't like to go to all. They understand at the same time that I have anxiety issues, and I just like.
Oh, bullshit. Anxiety issues. See, she's telling another lie right there. There's a lie right there. I've got anxiety issues. Foodie. If you had anxiety issues, how could you go to Cuba and be around all those people? If you had anxiety issues, why is it that despite having these alleged anxiety issues, when Natter picks up that phone and he calls you, you can run right over there. You can go into a grocery store and pick up a couple $100 worth of groceries for him. You'll do anything for that man. You'll drive him around for his appointments. You know, you went to Windsor. How does a person who has anxiety do all this? You have anxiety when it suits you. Your anxiety is selective. You know, you're trying to claim all these different issues that you have, but then your actions contradict your words. So you're lying. You don't have anxiety issues. You just try to put that out there to the audience. They feel sorry for you. Nobody feels sorry for you.
Like to like family events, like I don't know, things with family right now are a little rocky. I'm just gonna like just so people don't see my bank card. You know, like there's a lot of personal stuff going on. I just don't really want to get into, and so it's just easier for me to just say, you know, and then like people like, oh no, they're gonna think, why am I not going with my family and all this other crap. I'm basically gonna take a drive by myself to go visit my old, like where I grew up with my family home with my grandmother.
Okay.
Basically, that's what I'm gonna do. So I don't know, I might go to my mom's later, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Let's see it.
So what do you, is there, I don't know, do you have any more questions? Do you have anything?
No, well, yeah, one last question actually. For the past couple of days.
1 second and
Oh yeah, you're doing your thing. Okay. Well, it's okay. Yeah, make sure you guys like this up, and appreciate all you guys here who are newer and stuff. Make sure you sub and all that.
Last question, pretty much. I'll let you guys go. But I think a lot.
See you later.
Is,
Bye.
I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, I just, for the past few days, I'm sorry, for the past few days, you've been nonstop, pretty much saying how much Nader loves you and you love him. So I think a lot of us are confused about the fact, why don't, if that's the case, you guys love each other and there's no charges anymore, there's no legal stuff, what is, I mean, it's been a year, just move on, move in with him, get it over with. That, I mean, I know there's probably a lot more complicated stuff, but if it's that complicated, then it's probably not worth it. It's not worth the effort. Just forget about him. I know that it's probably hard, again, blah, 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 blah. But that's where it's like, it makes no sense. If you guys love each other like you say, then just go move to Montreal.
I mean, what were you saying? What were you saying earlier, Chantal? You were saying you don't think he does love you, right?
For the past 2 days, that's all she said. It's how he loves her.
So does he love you, or do you think he actually loves you?
Like every day, every minute, every hour, like every hour, my mind is conflicted between yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
Well, let me help you, Chantal, with one simple statement. One simple, truthful statement. You don't pay for love. If the love is real, you don't have to pay for it. It's been several months since you and Natter first met each other. You give him money, you buy him things, right? Right. You give him money for rent, you give him money for whatever he needs, you buy his groceries. If the love is real, you don't pay for it. You just don't. And yet it's been several months and you're still paying for it, aren't you? You're still paying for his companionship. So, this is just common sense. And I know that as sad as it is, common sense is not that common. But common sense and logic say that if the love is real, you don't pay for it. You don't have to pay someone to love you or be around you. Do you? No. I've had people in my life that I cared about, not just boyfriends and husbands, but friends. I didn't pay them to be around me. They were around me because they liked me. They liked my companionship and I liked their companionship. But it's been several months. It's been almost a year, maybe about a year. I don't know exactly when you and Natter got together. But here you are, almost a year later, still paying for his loser ass. Still giving him money for bills and rent. If this man really, truly cared about you, he's a man, he's able-bodied, he could go out and work, make his own money, pay his own rent, pay his own bills. He wouldn't be living in the house of one woman and mooching off of her residence and getting money from you. If he really cared about you, he would be with you. And he would be a real man, pay for his own stuff. He would look at you and go, you know what? I'm your man, and I'm going to do for myself. I'm going to pay for my own stuff because that's what real men do. They handle their business. They have so much pride. They're not going to let a woman take care of them. They're going to handle their business. They're going to contribute in some way. They're not going to be active in finding women to mooch off of and depending on women to pay for everything. And yet here's Natter living in one woman's house and having you, another woman, pay for all the rest of the stuff that he wants. You don't know how sad and pathetic that is, do you? You think it's perfectly okay. Sit there and support him. Here's another thought that you might want to think about. And this could be a reality for you someday. If YouTube shut down tomorrow, or if you lost your channel, do you think he's going to stay with you? I don't think so. He's going to move on to the next target, the next mark. Somebody with money. If you lost all your money, do you think he'd stick around? No, because every time you're around this dude, you have to bring some sort of sacrificial offering to appease him. Here's some cigarettes. Here's some liquor. Here's some food. Here's some drugs. Let me pay your rent. Let me pay your bills. You got to bring something to the table. What does he bring to the table? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He takes and you give. But one thing I cannot stand hearing is everybody saying, oh, he's a grifter. He's a grifter. You're a grifter too. Let's call things by the right names. You're a grifter too. He takes money from you. Actually, you know what? Let's correct that. He doesn't take it. You give it willingly. He doesn't steal it out of your purse. But you're a grifter too. You go to your audience, you take their money and you give nothing back. That's a grifter. You have different platforms running. You make sure to set up the paywalls for them, get that sub money. But what real content are you offering on those platforms? Nothing. If you did quality content, if you gave something for the money that people pay, I would not call you a grifter. I would say you're doing fair business. But someone who makes sure to get people to pay their money and then offers nothing, sorry, that's a scammer. That's a grifter. So he's grifting you. You grift your audience. You both deserve each other. You really do. That's harsh, but true. Harsh and very true.
And it's like even driving, like it's because I don't. It's like I believe him, and then I'll think of something, or I'll see a video, or I'll hear Dee Dee's voice, and then something will trigger, and I hate him again, and I just want to destroy him again, and then I love him, and then I hate him.
You think he's playing this for money?
You know, and here's something else. She will not let go of Natter for several reasons. One, because she said this herself on her channel, that she can talk about him and make money. So Chantal, even though she's stupid in a lot of ways, when it comes to money, she's not stupid. Don't tell me that she's not on her YouTube channel and she doesn't pay attention to what videos get the most views and what makes the most money. She absolutely pays attention. She absolutely does. She pays attention to what topics she talks about, what gets the most super chats, what gets the most views, and mentally, she puts that in her mental Rolodex. She writes it down and she files it away to either bring it up later or in the present day. So the DV essay stuff, she's talked about that multiple times because those are profitable subjects for her to trigger people like that, to garner sympathy. She gets the attention, she gets the money. Natter's the same way. Everybody gets mad at her for Natter, and they get so mad that they send her super chats because they're mad. She makes money off of other people's anger. So she will forever be talking about Natter either positively or negatively, but she'll do it for the sake of her channel, if for nothing else for that. Nothing else for that. And she's got this narrative going of, I don't know, I get so conflicted. She's not conflicted. She's not conflicted, y'all. She's been painting this ridiculous bullshit picture for months. I'm so conflicted. I don't know what to do. I hate him, but I love him. I see a video and it starts making me think. Y'all, she's been doing this for months. She's been doing this back and forth for months, keeping everybody on edge and giving everybody hope that maybe one day she might wake up, get her head out of her butt, and move on. She's not going to move on. This is the same woman. What was it yesterday? She was talking about getting a wedding dress, and she's got a ring, and she proposed to Natter on his stream and telling him to claim her. Does that sound like somebody who's ready to move on or conflicted? No, it sounds like somebody who's already made up her mind. She is fixated on Natter and she wants to be with Natter. And I say, you know what, Chantal? You want to go be with this dude? Go be with him. Go live with him. Please, please do. Go live with him. Be in a relationship. Do it. Please do. Because that'll be great for the reaction channels. The fireworks are going to go off. The drama. Something new besides you eating nashies all day and catering to the feeders and gaining 50, 60 pounds a month, which is what's going to happen if you keep eating the nashies, mama. Eating 2 or 3 nashies at a time, girl. That's like 1,800 calories just for one meal. And you don't think you're going to gain weight off that? You will. You need to slow down with all that eating nonsense, catering to the feeders. They're not helping you. They're really not. They're contributing to your declining health. All they care about is getting their feeder fetish fix, but at what cost? To your own health. Here's another thought, Chantal, on that note. All these feeders that are putting the battery in your back to keep eating, the ones that are cheering you on, do you think they're going to be there for you when you end up in the hospital? When an ambulance has to be called? Do you think they're going to be gathered around you, helping you? No, absolutely not. They'll move on to somebody else on YouTube who's a mukbanger and forget all about you. They are not your friends. They're not. They're encouraging you to eat, knowing you got a problem with food. They're encouraging that shit at the cost of your health, at the cost of your mobility. And if something happens to you, God forbid, you have a heart attack or a stroke, girl, all it takes is one moment to change your life or to end your life. You need to stop catering to those feeder idiots. they're gonna cause you to die early.
And
Do you think he's
That's
playing you
what
for money though, or?
I sort of think that he does feel a certain like dependence, and maybe that, I don't know, like I hate to feel that would be why anyone would want to be with me. God,
People
I'm
do that to people
insufferable.
though. People do that to people though. That's the thing.
and you need to
People
just
do that to people, but like, don't they have other? They have to like. Do they not have to like the person? Like, I mean, come on, how can you just
No.
for money? Like, why would
I
anyone
mean,
want to do that?
listen, there's straight people who have sex for with gay people just for money. That's a real thing. Like think about that.
It's so fake. I can't. That's what hurts me the most.
look at
It's so
Frank.
fake.
He has nothing. He has nothing to bring to the table.
Nope.
And it has nothing to do with any, what he looks like or with what you look like.
It's his God. You know what he told me before? He said, he's like, thanks God. He's like, I know I don't have much to offer you. Before he's like, thanks God I have this body and this, his wiener or whatever. It's like, so, and he told me before, he's like, see, he's like, God gave me this. I need to share it. I can't keep it all for myself.
Do you not see how ridiculous that sounds? I mean, I'm just trying to.
Even if Natter did have a nice body, and I'm sorry, I've seen it. It's not that great, Chantal. It's not that great. Even if he had an Instagram body, if that's all he has to offer you is his body, I mean, that's not enough. He calls himself a real man. Guess what? I'm a real woman. And if that's all that a person has to offer, whether they're male or female, that's so sad. All they have to offer is their body. That's it. That's all you get. Just a body. All I'm bringing to the table is how I look. Well, what about the rest of you? What about your intelligence? What about having dreams? What about having goals? What about pursuing things in life? What about being a good person? What about going out and being active in the world and adding beauty and adding some kind of value? Why can't you do that? All that he's bringing to the table is how he looks, and trust me, girl, he ain't all that. He is not all that. He's not all that. But I think you chose Natter on purpose because of the fact that maybe you didn't have a whole lot of money and you wanted that to happen. You wanted that. Because if you didn't have a whole lot of money and you do have a whole lot of money, or you did, you thought, well, I can put my money on a hook and lure him in and hook him. I'm sure you blabbed about how much money you're making on YouTube, and because he's a grifter, the moment you said, yeah, I make thousands on YouTube, you got his attention in a big way. And he thought to himself, oh, so she's making all this money, is she? Huh. I think I can benefit from this greatly. And he has. And you've been trying to buy his love ever since. But as I said, you can't buy love, Chantal. It's priceless in value, but it's given freely from the heart. And Natter doesn't have a heart for you. He's like you in a lot of ways. He's only concerned for himself. He doesn't love you. He loves the benefits that come from being around you, but he doesn't love you. If he loved you, you could be around him without paying for shit, without paying his way, without always having to buy stuff. You can express love and care without money being involved anywhere. I don't think you understand that. But he's as greedy and selfish as you are. That's why you're a perfect match. You're both awful, rotten people. And I will stand by this. I think he is your karma for all the people in your life that you have hurt, that you have abused, that you have manipulated. That includes family and friends. For the men in your life that you cheated on, baby Pete, leaving Pete in financial ruin. Yeah, you confessed that, remember? He is your karma. When you look at Natter, what you're looking at, Chantal, is the male version of yourself. It's like looking in the mirror with a different face, but it's still the same person. So if you're feeling a certain kind of way around Natter, that's the way that you make other people feel. If you're feeling some kind of misery, that's the misery you make other people feel when they're around you. That lack of empathy and love that he has, you have it. He's projecting to you what you project to others. So maybe he's a life lesson you need to learn the hard way.
To like explain to you that you're 38 years old. I know your dream is to have a couples channel and travel around the world. And
Yes,
You're
because
welcome.
Toronto's so nice.
You're wasting. I think you're wasting your younger years on somebody who's just fucking with you.
I think 99% of
You
people.
think he's just fucking with me?
I don't
You
know.
obviously came from a good family. I mean, you know, you can tell. I mean, you did it. I mean, you're educated. You have. I mean, I think most people in that situation at your age, they're definitely looking for somebody that has some. Yeah, I know you say you're a boss bitch, whatever. But what if you lost your channel tomorrow? You don't have anything to back up on. You don't have any skills, pretty much. I mean, I'm not saying this mean. I'm just being honest. I mean,
That's true. I guess
at your age, you should be looking for a partner that has a job, has a good job. Okay, let's just go there. Has a good job.
You know, and let me just say this about the whole boss bitch thing. A boss bitch handles her business. She doesn't need to go look for a man to handle her business. So Chantal likes to say, I'm a boss bitch. Well, if she was a true boss bitch, she would handle her own business. Her affairs would be in order. Her life would be in order. So Chantal, you're putting on a title that you can't really claim when you say you're a boss bitch, because you are everything but a boss bitch. Your life is in ruins. There's no part of your life that's in order. Your finances are in ruins. You got a car that's barely running, that's on its last leg. Your health is in shambles. You live in trash. Your pets are neglected. Explain to me how you're a boss bitch. I want to know. I'm interested. I'm curious. How can you say you're a boss bitch with all these things going on? That if YouTube shut down your channel tomorrow, there'd be nothing for you to fall back on. You have no savings, no investments. None of your money has gone into a business. You have no stocks, no bonds, nothing. Nothing. You'd be in a world of hurt. You don't even have anything in your house that you could pawn for money. And nobody around you is going to let you borrow money. Nobody around you is going to let you live with them and couch serve. So again, how are you a boss bitch?
I understand. I agree with you, but my widow's peak matches this. Okay, listen. But the thing is I want a Eurobees. I want to travel.
Okay, but that doesn't matter. The point is,
I love that. Internet T, I love you. I don't know you, girl, but I love you. Chantal just tried to deflect, and Internet T's like, you know what? That doesn't matter. And you're right, Internet T. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I want a Eurobees. Girl, you got bigger problems. Before you can go Eurobees, you got to get your finances in order. You got to get your health in order. Stop thinking about the Eurobeesing. You got to think about life on your side of the pond where you are right now. Eurobeesing is just like your marriage sonata. It's a pipe dream. It's something you fantasize about. It's dreaming that you do out loud on your channel to have something to talk about with people. But you are not close to Eurobeesing. You're not. You couldn't go to Europe. You don't have the finances for that. Natter would never allow it because that'd be a very expensive trip. He would want that money in pocket. And even if he did have the money, you can't walk around and sightsee. No, ma'am. You can barely walk up a flight of stairs right now without huffing and puffing. So no Eurobeesing for you. You need to focus on your life as it is and straightening up your crap, because you got a lot to do. You got a lot to deal with. So go ahead, though. Dream out loud to have something to talk about on your channel. Talk about marrying Natter, even though it'll never happen. Or if it does, if Natter does marry you, I'm sure there's going to be other motives besides love. He'll marry you for the money, girl. I can easily see that if he married you, the moment he put that ring on your finger, the one that you bought, He'd be like, okay, I'm your husband now. You have to give me your entire paycheck and I will dole out what I think you deserve. Yeah, I can see him marrying you for that, to get more control of your money, direct control. It wouldn't be for love, it'd be to secure that paycheck. But if your views keep going down, your super chats keep going down, you won't even get that.
You need to, if you're going to be obsessed with something, be obsessed with that. Don't be obsessed with this.
The bottom.
Can't even leave country. He is scamming you, and it's nothing about that Mo translates
So,
that
what does he
video.
do? What does
It
he
wasn't
do?
anything racist. That.
Hold on, somebody just said something. They
What?
donated. Hold on.
Shellbell313 donated $1.99. Mo translates video exposes in his grifter.comment.
They said Mo Translate video exposes his grifter. What?
Yes.
I'm going to say it one more time. He's a grifter, but she's a grifter too. We need to see the entire picture here. We need to put it together, y'all. Everybody keeps pointing the arrow in the direction of just him. Let there be another arrow pointing in her direction, because she's doing the same thing. He's taking money from her, but she's taking money from her viewers and her subscribers and not delivering content. Sorry, that's a grifter. That's a scammer. She's on YouTube. She's got her channel. She sits there and she does live stream after live stream after live stream. Nowadays, she's doing between 6 to 9 hours on her channel a day. And she purposely does things in her live streams to run up the meter for more Google AdSense money, but she is not interested in doing entertaining content. Y'all remember that sleep stream that she did last night that I did a piece of? So after I was done reacting to that, I went back to see, if she was going to go all night. That sleep stream went for about 3 hours. And I looked at the last part of it, her eyes were open. It would seem that she had the stream up on her TV, like in front of her bed. It was like she was watching the chat. And then once she saw that nobody was throwing bits at her, which is like the Twitch currency, she ended the stream. So she didn't even do a true sleep stream. She laid in her bed. She watched the chat. She watched to see if anybody was giving her money. She got mad and she ended it. So there's the grifter in her, promoting this sleep stream. And it wasn't a true sleep stream. She was just laying in bed, watching to see if people were throwing her money for doing nothing, to see how stupid people were. And then when she saw people are not that stupid, she's like, screw this, I'm done. And she was out. So tell me again she's not a grifter. Tell me again she's not. She didn't even do the sleep stream right. She didn't do text to speech. She didn't make it interesting somehow. She just expected that she could lay her big butt in bed and get paid. And no, Chantal, people aren't that stupid. They're not going to pay you to sit there and do nothing and say nothing. Sorry, that's just how it is.
And she said it's racist. And that is not true. It wasn't racist. The guy was stating facts, and she just put out another one.
Because the guy was saying that Egyptian grifters or something like that.
He was an Arabic guy saying this. It's not like some.
It's not a joke video. It's actually real.
Saying it. It was an Arabic stating what to do, and he was like giving tips on how to do this.
What does he do after you give him money? Like, what does he do? Are you aware? Like, after, what's the first thing he does?
Another gas station.
Please tell me it's not by drugs. Please tell me it's not by drugs.
No, guys, people really think that we were like doing all kinds of drugs. We weren't. Like, look, for real. Like, when I kicked the habit, we kicked the habit, and
look,
he did
I'm
I'm
gonna be real. I used to do stuff like 2 years ago. Even had a relapse. I've been great ever since. But like, look, people do that shit, and if that's what he's doing, then like this could be like a whole fucking thing for him. Like, and I'm not judging you.
You know what? She's sitting there telling a lie about these substances that they did. Because Chantal, there's been a big old rumor that when she makes her trip to the outhouse, it's a drop-off point. Nobody can confirm that absolutely, because we're not there to see what she picks up and what she does at the outhouse. But it seems pretty suspicious that she kept going to the outhouse and she would get all giddy and excited and come back and she would be flying like she just took something. And then the other trip that she made after these alleged charges were filed, she said herself on stream that she went to Natter's house with green and coffee. So maybe she wasn't giving Natter to buy stuff. She would go ahead and buy it and bring it to him. Because if she's bringing green, what else is she buying? And also, she confessed in another stream that was deleted. Y'all remember? She said she had a $3,000 cola habit. So you don't think he was doing it too? That they both weren't doing it? What, she's gonna do it by herself? You never bought him anything, Chantal? Come on now, we're not dumb.
I don't care, but like, is that what he's doing? If that's what he's doing, then you should fucking dip so fast.
He's not
You know?
gonna
I have no
admit
idea.
that.
I mean,
He's not gonna admit that. But the fact that the first date he had a pipe and offered her meth and said move in, is that not a red flag for anybody? They smoked meth together on the first date.
Right? Is that what happened?
it was like the third date.
Oh my god!
And just for the record, let's clarify that. The pipe that they're talking about wasn't even his. That was a pipe that was left at the house by somebody else. So she used a pipe that some stranger used. Ew, gross. But yeah, that happened.
You can go back and look at the video.
Third date, Molly, meth, coke, and
Oh,
alcohol and
okay.
juice.
Yeah, and move in. Don't ever go home. Stay
So he's
here.
all over the place. So
And
he's
she
all over the
offered
place.
him $2,000 a month. She told him to quit his job on the third date. She wanted to lay in bed all day with him, and and said she would pay him $2,000 a month.
And on that note, y'all think back a long, long time ago when she was living with Pete, before Natter came into the picture. Her and Pete moved in together. Pete had a job. Pete was making his own money. Chantal approached Pete and said, hey, quit your job and just do YouTube with me. And he resisted for a very long time. And then he finally gave in and decided, you know what? I'm just going to mooch off Chantal and not work. And he's been doing it ever since. But the same deal that she offered Natter, she offered Pete. Like, hey, man, just hang out with me and I'll pay for everything. So isn't it funny that the men in her life that come around Chantal, she's always trying to put them in a position of, hey, don't work and don't make your own money. I'll pay for everything. She did it to Pete. She's done it to Natter. She likes to create this system of codependency when it comes to men in her life. And I feel it's because she doesn't like the idea or the feeling of men in her life being independent, where they have their own money, they have their own means, because if they have no money or means, they're easier to control. Once they become financially dependent on her, she's got control of them to a certain degree. She doesn't like a man in her life being in a position where he's got his own means, he's got his own money, and if she pulls any bullshit, they can go, hey, I got my own money, I got my own means, I don't need you. She wants the men in her life to be dependent on her so that they need her. It's all about need with Chantal. It's not about want. She doesn't understand that want is honest and need is not quite as honest. There is a difference between I love you and I need you. I need you means I'm dependent on you for some reason. I love you means I don't need you. I want to be around you. But she doesn't really understand that about love, that love is, under the right circumstances, it's balanced, it's healthy, it's not toxic, it's about true feelings, it's about honesty. It's not about putting somebody in a position where you've got power over them. She's a control freak, our girl. You know, her whole life is out of control, but to feel like she's in control, she's got to control other people by money.
You're getting autistic, Chantal. I mean,
Oh my god.
But why do
this
you
is
want
not your
that?
life.
Yeah, why do you want that though? You know?
I don't anymore. I mean,
Yes,
I guess
you just said last night. That's what everybody just gets frustrated. It's not you. You want to be this bad girl, but sorry, you're not. Yeah, maybe you're a teenager, whatever. You're not a bad girl. You're not like a bad girl image. I know you said BB was boring, whatever, but it's not, it's done. I mean, either you forget about him or you move in tomorrow with him because people are tired
Wait a
of
minute.
this.
No, wait, sorry, finish that. So you said either move in with him or just let it go because people are getting tired of it.
Yeah.
I agree. I can see that. I can see your viewers are getting really pissed off about it. So it's either pick one or the other type deal. Or maybe just don't talk about it.
He's like, you just, like, literally, like, I'm so crazy. Like, I'll literally message and be like, okay, we're gonna work on this. I love you. And then out of like something will trigger me, like a memory, like of something he did to like something I doubt about him or something. It's almost like a like something like I have PTSD from just like fucking.
You know what? No, ma'am. Stop right there. There are lots of people in the world who truly suffer from PTSD. And I know someone that has it. And this person has said she doesn't have PTSD. She likes to bring up different mental afflictions and disorders, like I said, when it suits her. I don't think she has PTSD. I think she likes to use that for attention and to try to excuse away her bad behavior and her bad decisions. But it's really horrible, Chantal, that you're bringing up PTSD when there's lots of people in the world that really suffer from it. You know, you claim all these different things are wrong with you, and you want to believe that these things are wrong, because if these things are wrong, by claiming all these different things, then that gives you an excuse for your bad behavior. You're looking for an excuse to behave badly, to live badly, but you're not looking for the solutions. You're not interested in solutions to your problems. You're looking for reasons to continue your bad behavior and to keep going with it. You know, you give yourself a reason to continue with what you do.
Fights we have that will remind me, and I'll just get mad and I'll lose it on him, like lose it, and he'll go, "What the fuck?" You know. So like, it's like you like I need to choose like yes, like am I like pro natter, not or like against natter, but like I'm just like both, you know, and like.
Did you hear what she said 2 days ago about the wedding dress? She's gonna go buy one. It costs only $200, so she can sit around her room and date. And she was serious about it. Don't tell me you weren't. And that's the stuff that people are worried about. This is not normal behavior.
No, it ain't.
She said, "I'm gonna go buy a wedding dress. It only costs $200. Who cares?" So
I hate to stop you, Internet T, forgive me. But not only did she say that she's buying a wedding dress, she said in Natter's stream in a message, and I showed that screenshot to you guys, she also has the ring. So she's going to buy a wedding dress. She has the ring. It's like she is trying to pressure him into some kind of marriage by saying, look, we're all ready to go. All we got to do is just go sign a marriage certificate and do the ceremony and we'll be married. Do you think that's all there is to marriage, Chantal? I'm someone I've been married twice, Mama, twice. And let me tell you, if you have a partner or looking at a partner and you can't even spend 2 days in their company without fighting, that's a bad sign. It's a real bad sign. You can sit there and buy all the wedding dresses that Torrid has to offer. You can buy every ring in the world. It's not going to make your relationship or dynamic with that person any better. And I can also speak from real life experience. The person that you want to marry, if the two of you are not best friends, if you don't have a connection, if you are around someone that you can't tell everything to, you can't confide in, you know, there's a sense that they don't have your back, the marriage is not going to work. You can say the vows, you can say I do, but it's going to be miserable. You can't even imagine. A bad marriage is horrible. It's horrible. To live with somebody you're not happy with and they're not happy with you, and there's either silence or constant fighting, there's bad energy, it's horrible. To live with somebody that you're spiritually speaking, emotionally speaking, you are separated from, there's a gap between you, you can feel it, and there's no way to fix it. It's horrible. Horrible. You got this romanticized version of Natter in your mind, but that version in your mind, that's the only place it's going to exist. And it's going to be untainted. You take it out of your head and try to do it for real, it's going to be horrible. But as I said, you are a person that it's going to take really living with him to really get it through your big stubborn head that what you're thinking is going to happen is not going to happen. It's not. You could marry him, but that's not going to make for a happy relationship. There's a lot more that goes into two people being together and being happy and being in love. And if you're still paying for love, you don't have it, mama. You really, really don't.
Can sit around every night and daydream wearing the wedding
Yeah,
dress.
I want to go to a wedding dress.
I know this. A lot of this stuff is stuff you probably don't
That's
want to
what
hear.
Said this.
Excuse me. Because it's a fantasy, so why can't it be a fucking reality, you know?
Because it's not reality. Because it's not. There is a difference between fantasy and reality. Fantasy is what we dream of. Now, can you take something you dream of and make it a reality with hard work? Yes, you can. With a lot of things. But love is one of those crazy things that it's either there or it's not. And if it's not there, if the person that you want to love has no connection with you, you guys are not kindred spirits, you're not twin flames, you're not soulmates. You cannot force the person to feel something that they don't feel. You can't force connection. It's either there or it's not there. You understand? You can't force yourself on somebody. You can't force emotions. You can't force feelings. It's either there or it's not there. You've been after this dude for months. You've been trying to buy him. You bought a ring, trying to kind of pressure him into a relationship, into marriage. You tried to put off this vibe, the two of you were together. It hasn't worked yet. And it's not going to work. It's not. If you want to fantasize about Natter in your head, okay, do it. But it's not reality. And it's never going to be reality because reality is a whole lot different. Your fantasy is that he's in love with you. You guys are living together in a little white house with a picket fence and your cat Sam, which, by the way, your poem about what you wanted with Natter was awful because you left out poor BBJ, you jerk. But you imagine this life with Natter, that's in your head. It'll never happen. The reality to your fantasy is that if you moved into a studio apartment with Natter, the two of you are going to be constantly fighting. He's going to be controlling your money. You're going to be working all the time. You're going to be miserable and crying your way all the way back to the villa within a week. And then having to file divorce papers. And I can also tell you, Miss Chantal, as someone that I've twice divorced, it is far cheaper and far easier to be single and to get married than to get divorced. Oh, yes, it's a process to get divorced. All the money you got to pay to lawyers. And then if Natter wants to claim alimony, good Lord, woman, you think your money's going to go is down right now? Just wait. Just wait. He can claim alimony. Yeah, he can do that, amongst other things. It's cheaper to get married, but divorce is expensive. Yeah, think about that.
Because if
So it
that's
pisses me
not
off.
because if that's not where his head is at, or if that's not where his heart is at, it's not going to work out like that.
And it's not normal behavior to.
Well, then he should be about it. What? You know?
Why isn't he about it? Because I don't know. It's just something you can't change if he's not really about it. And if he's trying, I mean, what is he doing with Dee Dee? What's going on there? Can you explain that?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Drives me fucking crazy.
He lives with her, yo. Come on.
According to them, they're just really good friends.
You're not
She
stupid.
swore on her mother they didn't sleep
Listen,
together.
you're not stupid. You're not stupid. Come on. You're not stupid, Chantal. Why is he with her? What's the point? It's like he's trying to grip as much as he can. It seems like he's trying, this is what I mean. It seems like he's trying to grip every last drop out of you he can. Clout included, by the way.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Clout included. I never thought of that.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, because without you, where would his channel be? Honestly, Chantal. Hello. I mean, you helped him create the channel. You're editing his content. And all the subscribers that he has on his channel were because of you. If he were just some nobody making a trash cooking channel, nobody be on there to watch it. Because his cooking is trash. He can't cook. He can't do proper camera angles. He's not editing. He's not bothering to learn these things. He can't be bothered to watch other cooking channels and see how they do things and how they talk to people and kind of put that knowledge forward into improving his content. And do you want to know why he's not bothering to improve? Because he's looking at your sad self and saying, it doesn't matter if my channel sucks. I've still got this cash cow over here giving me money. So it doesn't matter if my views suck. It doesn't matter if I'm getting no super chats. I can still get thousands of dollars out of her. So I'm not going to bother to improve. I've got one female who's an idiot that I'm living with. So I get free rent and I get to use her kitchen for my cooking videos. And I got this other bigger idiot that she'll buy the food for my cooking videos and she'll pay the rent and she'll pay the bills. He's living quite large. He is benefiting both ways. Big question. What benefit are you and Dee Dee getting out of this loser? What is he bringing to the table? Nothing, 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 nothing. He's working both you losers for his benefit and he gives nothing in return. And I can't believe you two morons haven't figured that out yet. That you both haven't gone to him and said, hey, we're giving all this. What are you giving? Because the answer would be he's giving nothing. He honestly thinks that his presence is enough. He's egotistical. He's narcissistic. He thinks he's all that because he projects that image of I'm all that and you just serve me. You two morons are buying into it and you continue to buy into it. Drink some woke coffee, girl. You keep going to Starbucks for that coffee. Find the woke coffee shop. Buy a big old venti of woke coffee. Drink it and wake all the way up.
Saying, and none of this, nobody wants to hear this, and I guarantee you, I know you don't want to hear this. You know what I mean? But just fucking be careful. You know?
Yeah.
It's already past the point of trying to be careful. She's already all in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only way to do this is you have to immediately give all your money to your mom, all your bank cards, have her pay all your bills, delete his phone number, get a burner phone. That's
Like a fucking 5-year-old.
If you stop paying his bills, you'd find out what he's really about real quick, I think.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I agree a lot of what Internet T is saying. To get her finances straight, she would have to give all of her finances to somebody else that Natter has no access to. And that person could make sure the bills and the rent are paid and the money was not going where it should not go. I also think it'd be a good idea for her to go to an inpatient facility where she could be monitored. And that way she would not be going nuts with the food or chemicals or whatnot. That would be the only way to really fix her life. Because like I said, if you leave Chantal alone to her own devices, she goes ham on everything. She spends money like it's going out of style. And her life is going down in every way because of it. She's like a child with mom and dad's credit card. And she just goes crazy with the money. She doesn't act like an adult with money. She acts like some 16-year-old with mom and dad's credit card. Hey, let's go shopping. Hey, let's buy lots of food. Let's go party. She's got that 16-year-old teenager in high school mentality rather than a 38-year-old woman that should be more responsible. And if you are in love with this dude, Chantal, put it to the test. Cut him off. Say no more money for you. No more money. I'm not paying for anything. Go out and make your own way. If you love me, you'll go out and make your own way. You know the reason why you're not doing that to him? Because you already know the answer to that question. You already know that it's the only thing that connects you two is money. And without it, he'd turn his back. That's why you won't put the screws to him and say, you're a man. You're a real man. So go out and work like a real man. Show me that you can be the man of my life. You won't do it. You won't test him like that because you know exactly what will happen. He will turn his back. He will call you, if he can call you, and try to manipulate money out of you and maybe, persuade you or threaten not to see you. He'll pull all the tricks out of his bag. He will. He knows all your weak points. He knows you're lonely. He knows you're morbidly obese and there are no other prospects in the picture. He will pull all of the manipulating tricks out of his bag to get that money. He will throw Dee Dee in your face to get that money, and you'll fall for it. But you will never woman up and test him and say, look, I'm a woman, you're a man, prove it. Go out and make your own way. You won't do it because you know what the end result will be. You know, and you don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone. Natter is literally the best you can do. You want to know why? Because you're not willing to go out and improve yourself. You call yourself a boss bitch, but a boss bitch would never, ever put up with that kind of nonsense. Would never put up with a scumbag like that grifting them for money. You do. Because you know he's the only one that will put up with you for any length of time. No decent man ever would. No decent man would ever look at you, madam, that you don't wash your laundry, you don't wear clean clothes, you don't brush your teeth, you neglect your cats, your house is disgusting. No decent man's going to put up with that. You want someone to actually love you? First, you got to love yourself and prove that you love yourself. And you prove that you love yourself by not neglecting yourself or your life. You take care of every aspect and you take pride in doing so. You have no self-pride. You have no self-worth. You need to find it. But I have no sympathy for you. I have nothing for you. I'll save my sympathy and pity for those who deserve it. You don't. I ran out of sympathy and pity for you a long time ago because, madam, whether you realize it or not, you were in a position where you could have anything you want in life, anything at all. And people get angry at you online because you are in a position on YouTube where you're making good money. You don't have to work hard to do it. You just have to put out quality content. And you could use that money to improve yourself in whatever way you needed. You can go anywhere, you can do anything, and yet you're using your means and you're using the time you have on YouTube to make yourself worse by grifting people, scamming people, taking that money and catering to those ridiculous feeders. You are making your life worse with the opportunity that you've been given, an opportunity that other people wish they had to improve their lives, and they would do a lot more positive with it. This is what you're doing with your life and your income on YouTube, ruining your health and chasing yourself to an early grave. But it's your life, so have fun with that.
I should try. Yeah, you're right.
This is like a.
No, I mean, but see, like he lives at Dee Dee's, so he doesn't.
Yeah, why does he need money from you if he's
He
living
supports him too, and honestly, he's very demanding, like in a lot of ways, like energy-wise. So, like, I kind of felt like, you know what, like she's like a buffer.
You know what, though? I mean, as a woman, how can you look at this situation and go, wait a minute, why does this dude need two women to support him? That's ridiculous. A woman supporting a man like that is ridiculous, but two women? Why does he need two? Why does he need two of them? That's crazy. That's crazy. He needs two women to support him? He's not helpless. He can go out and work. He was a chef. He can't go get a job. Think about that, Chantal. He's got two women supporting him. That makes him look so weak. This real man that needs two women to support him. It's not a real man by my definition. Nope.
Dee Dee the buffer, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
because I can only stand him for like 2 days
Oh my
at a
god.
time.
Does that not sound crazy?
That sounds terrible. That sounds terrible. Oh my god.
I'm an easy person. I like to just laze around, and he's all like.
But these were the questions a lot of people wanted to know. If I could see
dancing around and everything and singing, and I just want, you know.
Yeah, I think you might want to.
He's an upper up a dipper, basically.
I think you might want to cut him off and see where that takes you.
It'll never happen. Never happen.
You know.
Good advice.
And then you'll see the reality. You know what I mean? You'll see what's really going on, I guess. Well,
is don't ever. I know you're not going to go to therapy, so don't. I mean, don't. That's not even an option. It's either inpatient or nothing, because this has gone beyond creepy, quirky. Like you think, no, this is not. This is just like a whole different level. And that's why all your viewers directly are very frustrated with you, the lying, and like it's like secondhand embarrassment when somebody says that they want to go buy a wedding dress and sit around in a daydream. That's not normal behavior.
No, it ain't. It ain't.
I'm not saying.
I might still do that, sorry to say. But not about Natter. I might daydream just about something else.
And that's not true. You're going to be daydreaming around him. This is like some other level obsession. And this is very dangerous. And you're driving back and forth to Montreal. I mean, you barely ever sleep. And don't tell me it's not true, because it is, because we all see your eyes. I don't even think I think your eyes right now look like you're exhausted. You probably just came back from there.
No, I didn't. No, that's not true. Don't try to sneak that in there.
You know, as far as the wedding dress is concerned, I think she would buy the wedding dress not just to daydream in. I think she would buy the wedding dress. She said she's already got the ring. She will buy the dress and have the ring on hand and keep pressuring and poking at Natter to marry her. Don't tell me she's not going to be all over Natter saying, well, I got the ring and I got the dress. Anytime you want to get married, I'll be right over here. Yeah, she's just that desperate. She would do that. You know, like all ready to walk down the aisle anytime he wants. Again, this is something that a boss bitch does not do, Chantal. Buy all their stuff to get married. And the groom contributes nothing. All he's got to do is show up and say the words. It's not a marriage. Marriage is a partnership. It's it's like being on a football team and the other person is your team player. They're in it with you. You're not doing everything. And the other person does nothing. Look at you, buying your own wedding dress, buying a ring. For what? Thinking if you buy those things, that's going to make him want to marry you more? No, absolutely not. No. You do understand that by you treating Natter the way that you have the last several months and spoiling him rotten with all the money and all the gifts and buying him clothes, you have already set the tone for how things are going to be between you two. You spoiled him. Do you honestly think he's going to stop you spoiling him, that's ever going to change? No. He's far too comfortable and he's far too happy being spoiled. So even if you walk down the aisle, even if you got in front of a justice of the peace and said the words, you're going to continue to support this man. You're going to continue buying things for him. And if anything happened to you, if you ever needed medical care or you were in the hospital and the medical bills are piling up and the rent needs to be paid, he ain't going to be the one to do it. He'll walk away first. He'll run away and leave you alone. But maybe after the way you treated other people, maybe that's what you deserve. But I'm just saying, he's not someone you can depend on. He's not. He's all about what he wants, what he needs, and finding someone to provide it. He's like a tick, just hopping from host to host, sucking out their blood until either they flick him off or he finds a host with more blood. Right now, you're the current host, and he's sucking all the blood off of you. But, as I've said, you're a tick too, sucking off other people. Understand that money train that you're on right now, that's very precarious. Anything could happen on YouTube at any time. Your income is not guaranteed. You have no savings. You got nothing. Everything that you've got going on is teetering on the balance. Everything rests on the money you make on YouTube, and that's going down. If it goes completely down, what are you going to do?
I didn't go to Montreal.
Okay, all right. Okay. So if I was you, I would just maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe see where this goes if you try cutting him off a little bit. See what happens. If he takes it seriously, if he'll stop, or where he'll take the relationship. If you say, hey, I want to make this not about money for a little bit. I want to see what you're really about. Yeah.
What is stopping you guys from moving in together to this $900 a month? I mean, you don't have to tell me, but I'm just curious. It's like I said, everybody's gone to the point where it's like either you do it or you don't. There's no middle.
Because it's like a big, it's a thing that I'm apprehensive about. Obviously, I have concerns. I mean, you know, and I do listen. I do listen to people. Like I do hear people like, no, no, no. You know, like I do talk to people in my real life about things. I'm not just like just me all the time. No, I do have friends in my real life I do talk to, and they're like, you cannot move in. You will go nuts. You will go
What do
nuts.
they
And I
say?
have
They-
my
they just-
family, like I have contentions with my family now because of all this shit.
So
What do they say about the money, though? What do they say about that? Do they know?
Well,
about the money?
obviously, nobody wants me to give him money, obviously. Like, but like, it's not the money situation. Honestly, like, I don't know. Maybe I just don't think it's as bad as it is, or I don't know. Maybe
I
I'm
don't
just not
know.
realizing.
Maybe the way you look at money is not the way he looks at it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
She needs to get her bank cards to her mom. You need to move out with Pete. You and Pete is not a good combination living
I
together.
don't feel like I'm getting. I don't feel like the relationship is fair. I do think of that all the time. Like,
Yeah, it's
I
supposed
feel
to
like
be give and
okay,
take,
that's
you know?
how it is.
It's
No, yeah,
been
I
fun
think
relationship.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be a give and take. That's how relationships go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if he was down, you know, you always say, I feel sorry for him. That's your excuse. A lot of times you have said that.
I do.
feel sorry
Yeah,
for
but
him.
I feel sorry for the homeless girl down the street. Should I take her in? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're right.
You know, as far as Pete's, he's been living in that house for about 2 years, rent and bill free. And he and Chantal are toxic together. They back themselves up in the worst ways. They're codependent on each other. And as long as Pete is around Chantal, he's not going to ever be independent. He's not going to take care of himself. And he can't possibly expect her to take care of him for the rest of his life. He's built his little safe space bubble in his bedroom, and he's gotten way too comfortable in it. And he needs to get out and do things. He needs to go out and be around people. He needs to have his own money. He needs to have his own means. He can't expect Chantal to take care of him forever. But I think one of the main reasons why she hasn't moved in with Natter, beyond the fact that they're like oil and water, and she knows that if she ever moved in with him, that they'd be constantly fighting and it will break down very quickly. I think a lot of it has to do with her channel and the fact that she does have a history with Pete's about leaving him in financial ruin. And she's concerned about how her viewers, her subs, the people that give her money would look at her if she ever left Pete high and dry in that house. They would go ballistic. That would mean a dent in her money. Same thing with the cats. Natter does not like the cats. He doesn't. So if she ever did move into a studio apartment with Natter, can you guys just imagine? A studio apartment is small. Studio apartments are very, very small. Can you imagine her and Natter and Sam in a very small room? That just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Having those two people with an animal in a very small space, it would drive them both nuts. It would. They're both used to having a decent place. To go from a decent sized place to a very small cramped space would not work. But maybe Chantal is over there trying to configure, how can I make this guy happy and not look like a dick to my viewers by leaving Pete and the cats high and dry. Here's what I think would happen. If she ever did move out away from the villa, she would maybe pay for their villa and the expenses for a couple of months if she could afford it. And then there would come a point where she would look at Pete and go, look, I can't afford the villa. You're going to have to find someplace else to go. But she would pay the rent and the expenses on the villa just to not look like a big jerk to her viewers, to not look heartless. Chantal's concerned about the way she looks on her channel to a certain degree. What she should do is give the cats to somebody who will take care of them, because she's not doing a very good job of it. And if she was any kind of a decent person, if she would Natter, try to help Pete find some other means, some other place to go, help him get out into the world, get a job. Knowing Chantal, though, the way she is, she would hide her finances or lack of finances from Pete. And then she would be that person that out of the blue, she would say, oh, things are not so great. You have to find a place to live in about 2 weeks. She would not let him know well enough ahead of time so that he could find his own way and find his own means. She would just hit it with him over the head all of a sudden. I can easily see her moving into this studio apartment with Natter, and when she's fully moved in, then breaking the news to Pete, because what can he do? His name is on the villa, not hers. So he's on the hook for whatever goes on at the villa, not her. She's just that kind of a person. But I can also see her keeping the villa because she knows her and Natter are going to fight and she would need a place to go. So considering how her finances on YouTube are going down, it's going to be very expensive paying rent on 2 places, expensive expenses in 2 places, trying to maintain everything. At some point, Natter's going to get in her ear and say, why are you paying on a place you're not even living in anymore? He would want more control of the money. He would want more of that money coming his way. So yeah, she will put off the appearance of, I'm taking care of Pete, I'm taking care of the cats, they're over in the villa. But at some point, Natter is going to get in her ear and say, why are you doing that for? Just spend the money on what's going on here. And she would leave Pete and the cats behind.
He's told you he's a magician, a soccer player, a singer. He was a professional soccer player, singer. He's a magician. He was a chef, an executive chef. I can't remember exactly. There was like 10 other more things that he's very good at. He's 40 years old, like able body. So,
but he and Dee Dee are like so, like, I wish you could understand how adamant they are that they don't have anything. Like,
are you stupid? You must be stupid. Either A, this is an act you're trying to put off on everybody, which I think it is, or you're just that stupid. Are you just that stupid, Chantal? He's a grifter. You are his cash cow. And anybody who grifts, anybody who scams, they're going to tell their target anything they think they want to hear to keep that money flowing. Do you think he's going to be honest with you and say, yeah, we're sleeping together. Yeah, we're sleeping in the same bed. We're having sex. He's not going to say that. He's going to tell you sweet little lies to keep that money flowing. Because by lying to you, he'll keep getting the money. He knows the moment that he claims somebody, as I said before, the moment that a grifter claims somebody, the game is over. They can't play people for money. So he's going to tell the lie, oh yeah, we're just roommates, just to get that money out of you. But you know what I think? I think you, Dee Dee and Natter, you're all in it together, and Pete's too, because he's an accomplice, that you're trying to paint this narrative in front of people. Girl, I see you over here. You know what's going on. You're completely fine with it. You keep paying. It's your money. Do what you want. But if what you're saying is true, and you lie all the time, so I don't believe you, but if he's a player and you are being played, he's going to tell you whatever you want to hear to keep the money flowing. He's not going to be stupid and cut off the money flow by saying, yeah, I'm in a relationship with this girl, so you don't have a chance in hell. No, he's going to tell you what you want to hear so that he can pacify you, and that'll make you open up your purse. If he was really your man and he really loved you, A, he would not be living with another woman. B, he'd be working, making his own money. C, he would get his own place and say, come live with me. Come be my woman. It would be that way. But here he is, hopping from female to female, bed to bed, looking for whoever's stupid enough to pay for him. And you and Dee Dee are just that stupid.
when they're
it doesn't matter.
to run to the other room to hide, like to make it look like why not just be honest? Like I would respect you so much more if you're just honest. Like I was honest. I slept with somebody in Cuba. I was honest about it.
Yeah.
No,
He
you
does
didn't.
not want you.
You
Doesn't
know.
matter what he is. He's a useless piece of trash.
Yep.
You can do 1,000 times better. You weren't.
Internet tea, all respect, girl. All respect. No disrespect. Everybody keeps saying that. Oh, she deserves better. She doesn't. She doesn't. She doesn't deserve better for two reasons. One, she's an awful person. She's awful. She's evil. She's rotten. She had two decent men in her life that did not abuse her. They were good men. Pete was good to her. She left him in financial ruin. Financial ruin. She cheated on him multiple times. BB, decent guy, hardworking guy, had a job, money, never abused her. What'd she do to him? She ruined his life. She cheated on him. So how does she deserve a decent guy? Let's just say she did find a decent guy. That wasn't Natter. Look at the way she is. Do you think she would treat that man right? Do you think that she would appreciate that man for all that he was and all that he offered? Do you think she cherished him? No, because she's a selfish, self-serving person. It's all about her. It's all about her. It's not about, I'm coming into this relationship and I'm bringing something too, and I will give to you. It's all about, what can you give me? How can you make me happy? With Chantal, it's always a me, I conversation. She's selfish. She's a narcissist. She's self-absorbed. I'm glad she's with Natter, because if she were around a decent man, she would ruin that man. Case in point, Pete and BB. They were decent men. Look at the way she treated those men. Look at the misery she put those men in. She's had two men in her life that were good. Look at the way she treated those individuals. Not good. Not good. Chantal has found exactly what she wants, and she's also found exactly what she deserves. If she were a good person trying, if she were a positive person, if she were making positive changes in her life and turning her life around, I would say yes, bring in a decent man. She's ready, but she's not. She's walling around in her own misery with her own little pity party, complete with balloons and birthday cake. She doesn't want to do better. She has nothing positive to offer anybody, anyone, not even herself. She doesn't deserve anybody better right now, and probably not for a while, because she's got a lot of work to do on herself, a lot. And what she should be doing is focusing on that and not chasing some loser crackhead around and giving him thousands of dollars that she could use to benefit her life. She doesn't want to grow up. She doesn't want to be a boss bitch. She wants to put on the title, but she doesn't want to do the work to earn the title. So no, she doesn't deserve a decent man right now.
I mean, I don't believe your family brought you up like this to be a 38 years old supporting a cokehead, or I'm not going to say that. Okay, some guy homeless because he's homeless. He has some place to stay. So
well, he's not homeless. He's staying there. You know what I mean? But I feel like he's using both of you.
And
my mom is like, you better not coat that swordfish.
He's a grifter, pretty much.
Yep.
He's been evicted. He overstayed his welcome.
Yep,
If somebody
that's true. Natter has an eviction on his record, so he was squatting.
House he's been evicted from. He's stabbed two people. I'm not exactly sure what those charges were, but he did go to prison for, I would assume, like some kind of attempted murder. I don't know. Assault with a deadly weapon. If that's the kind of people you want to be with, just do it then. Stop dragging it on. That's all. And stop trying to cover for it that, oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not. No, if you're going to do everybody's tired of it. And
I think you're making yourself look terrible by trying to cover for it.
Yeah.
And
I hate that post. I hate, like the hotel was so fucking, like, stressful because, like, I made a mistake and I was like, oh no. He didn't find it at first when I accidentally like part of the sign. I was trying to like pan and zoom to like make everything like perfect because he insisted on, I have to do a live stream. I have to do it, like the barbecue, blah blah blah. And I was like, fuck. Okay, so we go to Farm Boy, of course, and then everything. But he hates when I talk about him like this. I can understand him feeling betrayed, but I don't feel.
Does he pay like that? Does he pay you to edit his video? No.
So I don't know how she can understand how pathetic she looks doing this panel. confessing that she paid for the motel room. Yes. She did the editing for free for this loser. And she took his sorry ass to Farm Boy and she bought the food. Oh my God. And yet she has yet to say what he did. What did he do? What did he do? She paid for the room. And then he does this video and she's the one doing all the editing and she bought the food for this video. All he did was put the food on the grill and cook it, and not very well, I might add. It was pathetic. Ugh. It didn't even look good. So she did the editing, and Chantal, come on, come to the table. I'm gonna put you on the carpet for a minute. You knew what you were doing with that editing. You purposely left stuff in because you knew that we would see it. You wanted everybody to know that you were there. Come on now. You're always leaving breadcrumbs behind because you desperately want to claim Natter, but yet you're not allowed to say it out loud. So you leave Easter eggs all over the place, and you know we're going to catch them. You saw that stuff in the video and you didn't care. You wanted us to see it. Come on.
See, I mean,
So
No.
it seemed like if he's like using you for money.
This is all shit on my time. Like, oh, my time. Like, my time. It takes like hours.
He's
It
making.
takes like hours and everything.
Wait, hours? How long is it taking to go see him?
it's 2.5
No, I mean, like, the
hours.
film and everything. Like, and then, like,
Yeah, no, the
just to
editing.
be in.
Yeah.
It's a 2-hour drive to Montreal. Then she has to go grocery shopping. Then she has to film everything for him, and then drive back in the middle of the night.
So
Right.
your audience essentially has turned on you because they fucking hate that you keep covering for him and lying.
Yeah, it's
Well,
just-
like, lying about the hotel, like, if he doesn't want me to say things, then yeah, I would try not to say things and like avoid the question or be like, no, and then like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard. It's really hard when you want to avoid talking about something. People know you're lying.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
but also,
And he has no problem with it. Like, he has no problem. Like, sorry, but like, I don't owe them anything. So yeah, like, I don't care if I have to lie to them to omit
But it
giving
adds
them
up,
information
though.
about this person. Like,
It
he has
adds
that,
up, though.
and he doesn't get like my community. Like, people subscribe to me like mostly because I'm like usually so open with them. You know what I mean? Like, they just know me, and so he doesn't get that. And it's just always gonna. You're right. It's insanity. It's always gonna be a point of contention for us. It's always gonna drive him insane. And when he gets mad, he can't control it, and then it's a problem for him. So I mean, it's just a fucking mess.
Is it worth it? Is it worth dealing with all this?
No, it
Yeah.
ain't.
No.
I don't know.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
No,
you
like
usually
at one
find
point
somebody
it was
else.
just a yeah, at one point it was like a fairy tale, like, ooh, it was like it was exciting. BB was like, my relationship with BB was so boring at first, and then then I started partying with Natter and doing coke, and I felt like more, I don't know, just more alive, I guess. But
you're
now
38
just
years old. Your relationship with BB, I don't know all the specifics, but he went to work, he came home, watched TV. That's what happens when you turn 38. That's what happens when you turn 40. You go out to dinner once in a while. You don't stay up all night doing drugs.
yeah.
I love you for saying that, Internet T. Bringing the adulthood to the table. Well done, ma'am. Pointing out this simple stuff to Chantal that really you shouldn't have to point out. Love you for saying that, Internet T. The behavior that she's doing with Natter, it's stuff that you do maybe if you're a teenager. You don't do this when you're like middle-aged. By middle age, you should have things worked out and you should be more solid in your thinking and realize, hey, I can't act like an idiot and party like some ridiculous 16-year-old or a 17-year-old. I got to buckle down. I got to just be an adult. But Chantal looks at adulthood as boring. Being responsible is boring. Everything is boring to her except living in the moment and being reckless. And it's ruining her channel. And here's something that I just thought of. She's a narcissist. She's all about me, I. Here's the part that I'm getting confused with, y'all. Help me here. So here's this woman doing all this stuff for this loser. And she's got the me, I attitude. I can't believe as a high level narcissist that she has not looked at the situation and said, what am I getting out of it? Because narcissists are selfish, right? They're all about what they can get out of the situation. But as a narcissist, she's being played by another narcissist, and she's really not getting much out of what she's doing. She's not getting anything back, and that doesn't bother her. Like, I would think if she were selfish, she'd be like, I'm not getting nothing out of this. I'm giving to this fool and I'm not getting much back. So how, it doesn't benefit me. I'm out of here. But yet she continues to do. She'll sit there and edit his videos for 2 hours, run around, get his groceries, spend her money. Damn, you know, two narcissists, and yet one narcissist managed to play another narcissist out of their money. That's pretty crazy.
Exactly. No, I don't like that. Like, I hated it. I felt sick.
They were teenagers.
No.
That's your
That
life.
was crazy.
People wake up, go to work, come home, make dinner, clean their house, do laundry, and go to sleep and do it all over again. And your body, nobody can keep up with that.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's tough.
I
You know,
totally-
and especially at your age, it's like it could fucking kill you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could. Yeah. No, that's that. I mean, Delphine had a heart attack, and like,
It's literally gonna kill you. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not being
Yeah.
mean. It's literally gonna kill you.
Yep.
The way, I mean, it's not possible to.
Hey, I'm gonna have the Internet Tease channel in the description afterwards, but here I'm putting her channel.
And you know what? Internet T's not wrong. She's completely right. Look at what you're doing, Chantal. Because you got to support that loser. Because you got to support another mooch in your house. Look at what you're having to resort to make money. You're catering to feeders. You cater to feeders on your channel. These idiot people that are buying you paneer and encouraging you to eat nashies. Those people. Because your internet check is not big enough to cover all the people you're supporting. You're resorting to doing self-harm on your channel, and let's call it for what it is. It's self-harm. When you got a problem with food and you're morbidly obese and you've got all kinds of health problems, and yet you continue to eat high calorie, high fat food, high amounts of sugar, despite the fact that you're a diabetic. You do this day after day on your channel. You're eating between 5,000 to 7,000 calories a day. You're doing self-harm. You're hurting your body. And your body is struggling to keep up. And like I said, all it takes is one moment to either change your life or end your life. But you're having to cater to feeders just to make ends meet, just to have extra money in pocket. When really you shouldn't have to do that. You should have to go on YouTube, make quality content, and that should be enough. And you can take care of your health and take care of your life. But because you got this loser, leech, wannabe boyfriend, you're having to go to extreme means to keep things going. Internet T is right. You can't keep going on like this. You just can't. And I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to give you advice. Even if I did, you wouldn't listen. Nobody, you're not going to listen to anybody. Your life is your life, whether you choose to live it or not. But you can't keep going on like this. Something might happen. You might have a heart attack. You might have a stroke. I'm not wishing these things upon you. But how much more abuse can your body take? How much more abuse? That's for you to decide.
In the chat right now, go sub to if you're not already. You should.
oh,
All right. Yeah.
Kick me
Yeah,
out.
I don't think you're an asshole or even trying to. I don't think you're a troll. I think you genuinely care, and that's good, and I can appreciate that.
I mean, I never. I've been blocked. I'm always in other people's channels. Everybody knows me from other people's channels if they know me at all. But I'm not. Yeah, I just it's gotten to a point where it's just kind of too much. It's just not. It's not entertaining. It's not. I don't know what can ever get through to you. I mean, everybody says that the only way this is going to end is when somebody dies,
Right.
you or him.
Either somebody passes away or ends up in the hospital or ends up in jail. We've all been saying that over here. The only thing that's going to separate those two is something extreme. And nobody is wishing anything really extreme medical on Chantal, but that's the only way that Natter's going to leave her alone, and she's going to leave him alone. Not before. She's determined to hang on to him. He's determined to hang on to her money. That's the only thing that's going to bring this thing to a halt.
Even him going to jail is not going to stop it, because you yourself have, I don't know if CJ knows this, because I know there's a lot to grasp.
There's a lot, yeah.
Research, but she said in one of her streams that her vision was, once these charges were pressed, that he would go to jail and she would support him while he was in jail, and he would get out and they would live happily ever after.
Yep, she said that's her fantasy. She thought it was hot if Nader went to jail and she was there for him when he got out. She's also said that she thinks it's hot to find men who've just gotten out of jail because they haven't had any female companionship while they're in jail, so they're all pent up. She said that too. She's got some really sick fantasies that revolve around desperate men, sex-starved men.
Man, I don't know. I think you really.
Yeah,
I think you might want to really think about this. Like, take a day and really think about if this is worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, really.
No, right now, I mean, I have it blocked right now, and
the
just last.
Block it. It's every day. In 6 months, you'll be.
I know.
Efficient.
She says she's got him blocked, but yet on the stream last night that I reacted to, he called her. She was talking about him, and the moment she started talking about him, he called her. So how was he blocked? She turned on his phone, and yet she never turned it off. And even if she did block him on her phone, there's all kinds of messenger services everywhere. You could talk to somebody privately. So I don't believe that blocking business for a minute.
Same position. And stop it with these guys that you're like, oh, I met this guy in Tinder, I'm gonna go out tomorrow with him. Stop it. It's like stupid. I'm sorry.
I might meet one later tonight, actually.
Sure. You know, she sits there and she says that she talks to different men. Where are the men, Chantal? Why haven't you met up with any of them? Why haven't we seen anybody else besides Nader? Nader's working you for money. He's grifting you for money. So do you think he's going to allow you to be around another man knowing that you might give money to him? I don't think so. I think you try to paint that picture to people to give them hope that Nader will be out of the picture. You talk about different guys, but you never prove they actually exist. But Nader's not going to let you be around another man, spend time around another man, knowing that you're generous with other men and knowing that your income might go over there. He's not going to allow you the opportunity to find a man that's better than him, because that would threaten his position as him being the master of you being his cash cow.
No, you are not going out to meet him.
Oh my God.
And I'm not saying you need to forget about all men. There is no need for men. First, clean your house, laundry, go see your family. Forget about Nader. No, you don't need another man for another year, at least. And
I don't know. Just focus on yourself for a little bit. I'd figure out what you want first before you do that. You know what I mean? Just figure yourself out.
Yeah. No, I do need to clean up my life. I do need to clean up my fucking life. I'm putting everything on hold for like the small little gratification I get from fucking Nader's fake love. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
Well, you said that that's all you wanted was fake love, and that's what it is. It's fake love. I don't know.
I do think it's fake as well. I think he's using you for money and attention on the internet. I think he's using you for both.
That's it.
I think he's
and he needs her. That's it.
And look, I'm not being a dick or anything. I'm being real with you. I think it sucks. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think you should just find somebody else and whatever. And I'm sure Nader fucking hates me for saying this, but dude, seriously, come on. You know what you're fucking for. Come on.
Yeah, I guess.
Stop money. He says he makes thousands and thousands on YouTube, but the part doesn't what he does with it. But if you have that money, then why does he need your money?
Exactly.
That's the thing. Like, I said to him, like, people would like you more if you were just real. Like real. Fuck. Like, you're not a god. If you fuck up, you make mistakes. Like, just fucking be real. And he can't.
Well, you can't be real either. So you're both, in joint company with that. You can't be real with people either. You come on your channel and you lie to people constantly. And you say, no, I'm not lying. I'm just telling the truth. No, you lie. You lie. All the time you lie. not just about Natter, but about everything. You gaslight people to get angry, and then once they get angry, then you try to intimidate them to be quiet. Like I said, you're both rotten people. You both suck.
His ego is like,
I personally am not like attracted to him. I don't think I know you are. Everybody, but he has nothing literally to offer. Nothing. Forget about all the. He has nothing. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't know how to drive.
Nope.
He doesn't. He doesn't. Nothing. He has absolutely, literally nothing.
Nope.
And you on the second date saying, "All I want to do is lay in bed, quit your job,
and so
job,
think about this too, like
Yeah, and what kind of a real boss bitch would encourage their potential partner to not work and be lazy? A boss bitch would never do that, Chantal. It'd be like, if I'm working, you're working. If I'm doing something, you're doing something. I'm bringing something to this relationship, but you got to bring something too. And if you ain't, you got to go. That's what a boss bitch would do. You having a partner and encouraging them to be lazy and live off you, no, ma'am.
how many times do you go live, right? You go live. Sorry to interrupt you, but I'm just curious. Like, how many times do you go live a day?
Me?
Six.
Yeah.
Too much. Too damn much. I can answer that question for Chantal. Too much. The last couple of weeks she was slipping and doing like hour live streams. She would turn on her camera for just long enough to eat a meal, sloppily, I might add, then turn it off and go run to Natters. And I feel the reason why she is doing like 5, 6, 7 live streams a day is because Natter got mad at her for not making enough money and said, hey, you need to go home and make some money for me. I don't care if you got to be live streaming all day. You will do it. And because she loves Natter so much, she's going to do what he tells her. So she turns on her camera and she's live streaming all day and all night. But like I said, Chantal, quality over quantity, girl. If you did quality streams, you wouldn't have to do so many. You would get the views, you get the money. But you are so stubborn and determined to do the garbage content, and that's why people are tuning out. Has nothing to do with the reaction channels. We are not hurting your views. We are not stealing people from you. You're giving them to us. If you're doing boring content, they're going to come on over here and other places to get entertained because you're not doing the job, sis. You're not doing it. Turning on the camera and just eating and being sloppy and catering to the feeders ain't getting it done. You got 90K people on your channel, but guess what? There's more than just feeders on your channel. The feeders are like one small select fetish group. What about everybody else? They're not going to be entertained by that nonsense. They're just not. Maybe you should think about catering to more than just the one small group that might be giving you money on your streams and off. Maybe think about doing other things for people that's quality content that has nothing to do with food and being lazy and being dirty. Then you might get some money in your pocket and you won't have to live stream all the flipping time. As a reactor, I got to tell you, you're wearing me out with these constant streams. Girl, do something. Just go do something else. Find something to do. It's getting harder to react to you. Please get a hobby. Do something besides eat in front of your camera. It's like Groundhog Day every day. People are getting burnt on you. Save your channel. Do something. Anything. Go play putt golf. Go to the mall. Go read a magazine. Talk about the article. Something. Anything.
3 or 4.
Okay, and how often do you mention, Natter? How much attention does he get off you?
What?
You know what I mean? Like, you literally push so many people to him. And, like, I'm going to be honest, his channel is very mundane and boring and simple.
Yep.
You know? It's just
His
simple.
channel?
Yeah, his.
Yep.
Like, his channel, like, if he wasn't attached to you, nobody would watch.
Right.
Just really think about that. Nobody
Nobody.
would watch. Nope.
It's boring content. I will say, I'm going to give some props to somebody right here, right now. I give mad props to Gary Unfiltered because he reacts to Natter's cooking lives, his live streams, and he makes them absolutely hilarious. We all have a great time over on Gary Unfiltered because he'll put on one of Natter's cooking videos or live streams and make it funny. He finds a way to make it funny. It's hilarious being in the chat when Gary does a live stream based around Natter's cooking lives. And I think it's genius. Everybody's reacting to Chantal, but Gary started to react to Natter, and it's funny. Gary's he's a very funny guy. He's a laid back, humble guy. He makes it fucking funny. He does. But without that humor element, it's watching the stream by itself. I mean, there's nothing there. It's trash cooking. Despite the fact he's a chef, he cannot cook. There's no close-up camera angles. He mumbles when he speaks. He doesn't explain what he's doing. He does the meal prepping during the live stream when really he should do it before the live stream. No close-up shots. I mean, you can't follow along with what's going on, and the food looks disgusting. And he calls himself a cooking channel. Well, obviously he's not passionate about cooking, or he'd look to improve by improving the footage, making it more high quality. And again, the reason why he doesn't care is because he's working Chantal so hard for the money. So doing the cooking thing is just a hobby for him. He's not really serious about it. But without Chantal, without her viewers, without the attention from Chantal, he would just be some trash channel on YouTube that nobody's really paying attention to.
Nobody would watch those videos. Like, you edit them. You know they're fucking boring. I know you know this. Come on. I know you know it's fucking boring.
Are you serious? You didn't think his videos are boring, Chantal?
Come on.
Yeah.
See,
I hate listening. No offense, but you're getting very boring too with the
repeated. That's the thing. Like, and now you're killing off your audience because of this. I'm telling you, it's a vicious cycle.
You're at this festival doing a vlog right now. Something you haven't been outside in over a year. You could be at the Tulip Festival doing a vlog showing people all the tulips. I'm just, but no, you'd rather sit in your room eating nashies and talking about Nader.
Right. I mean, this is supposed to be her life, but there's not much of a life going on. She could be anywhere. Canada is full of things to see and do. And what does she do? She's like a little hermit in her bedroom eating, catering to the feeders. As I said, Chantal, there is more to your audience than just the feeder jerk-offs. There's more to people on your channel than just that small group of people. You're putting yourself in a niche, and that's bad. You can still cater to that niche if you want to, but you got to go beyond it if you want your channel to grow and to thrive and to exist. You got to go beyond that. But you got to figure that out, whether you want to cater to that little bit of niche people or cater to everybody. Up to you.
When you could be doing anything else. When you could be literally doing anything else.
It's just the train. Everybody's watching the train wreck.
You could be doing anything else.
Anything else. I'm just saying, anything else would be better.
Anything.
Because
anything.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. People are interested in you and everything like that, and they want to see what you're doing. But, like, what essentially he's done is hijacked your life, essentially.
Yep.
There you go. Boom.
Yep.
He's a fucking parasite.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, well, she's a parasite, too. Coming on camera, not giving anything up, setting up paywalls, no content. She's a parasite, too. They both are.
And it's never going to happen. It's never, unless you have some kind of intervention. I was just hoping an outside party you don't know. I mean, obviously you're not going to listen to me, you don't know me, but I just, maybe like, because I know nobody actually talks to you. I'm saying like on a stream like this, because in chat, people try to get your attention to tell you the truth.
Yeah, and they probably say things that are fucked up that annoy you, but this is reality. You know what I mean? I'm like, I know you don't have bad intentions, and I don't definitely. I'm just trying to help, honestly.
I troll on Twitter sometimes. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't have any. I mean, I don't have any. I'm just telling you how I assume. I can't see the chat, but I assume pretty much.
I definitely feel like I do better, like in general in life, my channel, everything does better when I'm not with them.
Yeah, I think people want to see you, get your life together and do other things. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, I really
like entertain them and not worry about Natter.
Yeah, it really feels like he's hijacked your life for real. Like literally every aspect of it, which is crazy. That's so fucking nuts.
Turn out the other thing in the middle of their brain for a second goes out the other. I'm not saying that mean it. That you are like still 100% attached to him. You have no intention listening to anybody's opinion except yours.
Yes, I do. I have him blocked right now. I don't even like him right now.
I would just continue on and just do some new shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just
Like-
you could be doing better. I don't know. I just think you could be doing much better.
Hey, you could pick up and go to Vancouver. You know, I mean, like just fly across Canada. I mean, you have all this opportunity because you have all this money that you make. According, you know, go Euro Beast tomorrow. Who cares? Just do it. Stop, you know. But no, you're worried about him. What's going to happen to him
Right.
for the couple days? You know that you're.
Somebody in the chat just said something great. On a Dark Secret said he's ruining her relationship with her family, her best friend, her audience. Yep. And not to mention he's fucking bleeding you fucking dry.
Yep. And here's the thing. She's so worried about him. Like, what's going to happen to him? Does he have money? Does he have groceries? You know what, Chantal? He's a grown-ass man. And he was doing okay before he met you. Like, how was he getting along without you? How was he getting along? He was getting along okay. He wasn't out on the street. If you cut off your money, he would find means to support himself. It's just that he's gotten comfortable with you because you're not pulling away. But he would find his own means, and he needs to. He needs to.
Yeah.
Hey, $20,000 a month or 30. You said 50 at one.
No, not 50.
Honestly,
No, I did make over maybe like $25,000 a month at one point. Yeah.
At one
You
point,
gave it all to him. So why don't you have your mom open a bank account and like manage your money? I'm just being honest. I mean, like I don't
That
know
might be a good idea. Try
I mean,
something.
if you trust,
Yeah.
you know, for your aunt or somebody that you trust, your uncle. I'm serious. I've known people to do that because they're bad with money, and
Yeah, I'm so bad with money.
their account, and they give you an allowance out of your money. I mean, when it comes down to it, you're 38 years old. You don't have anything. Don't want a house. You don't. I'm not valid, but start today.
No.
All of your money.
Can
Give
we
her-
go back to the video thing for a second? Does he actually think his videos and streams are like watchable? I'm
they're
curious.
not.
Yeah.
Like, does he think they're fucking amazing or something?
They're not.
Because they're horrible. They really are.
They're horrible.
They really.
They
I
suck.
All
don't
these
like-
videos are horrible.
Just think about it.
They
Like if
suck.
you weren't attached to it, like if you weren't attached to him, they would be unwatchable.
Yep.
I'm serious.
Like because you don't have any feelings for Natter, so
I don't.
watching
I have nothing.
like when I see him, it's like a dope. When I would see him on his videos, especially fighting, it would be a dopamine fix for me, and I would always be like,
I'm sure.
looking for like, are Dee and him screwing? I'd be so pathetic. I'd be like, are they screwing? Are they
Yeah.
screwing? Like, who gives a flying fuck, really, when you think about it?
Listen,
Have
I
fun.
get like listen. You know he's a liar. Let's be real. So yeah, they are.
The first thing he said when I met him, two things, like basically, I don't never cheat. I never cheat. All you do is cheat. I never lie. I've never lied in my life. All you-
Yeah, and she lies all the time, and he tells her, "Oh, I don't cheat." You know why he doesn't cheat? You know why he can say that? Because you're only guilty of cheating when you're in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, that means you're not cheating. Hello, you're not cheating. If you're single, you're not cheating. You're just sleeping around. So he's telling the truth. I'm not cheating because I'm committed to no one.
I do is lie. What else?
the first hit birth and the poor lady. What happened there after that?
The pregnancy test.
I mean, it's just like mind blowing. Had many times to get away, and there's nothing. There's, I mean, there's a whole. The
Shit.
rat, they had sex. Him and the rat guy.
Yeah.
They were. I mean,
I want to interview the rat guy.
about the porch, the homeless lady on the porch of his house with condoms, and he there for
Wait, he was fucking a homeless lady outside the house? The fuck?
I think so. There was a homeless woman. I showed up at his house one day in the middle of the night one day. He told me to come over. I show up. There's a friggin' young homeless woman on his porch. Oh, with candles lit there. Oh, I'm just waiting for this man. I'm friends with the man who lives here. He comes to the door naked. And he's like,
Wow.
looks like surprised, like, what? Who's this? He's like, I thought it was a
Probably-
garbage bag.
It was probably a fucking
Okay, wait, I didn't hear this part of the story. Wait a minute, what? So there's a homeless lady on his porch. She's bringing over condoms, and he shows up to the door naked. Who does that? Wait a minute. So she was on the porch with condoms, like she's ready to play around, and he shows up to the door naked. I'm sorry, no decent people show up to the door naked unless they're ready to play. So the homeless lady had the condoms, like she's ready to play, and he shows up to the door naked. What?
fucking. It was
Oh,
probably
yeah.
like some like homeless prostitute or something. Who fucking knows?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's probably where I got
God.
the gonorrhea from.
Yes.
Probably where I
Yes.
got the gonorrhea from.
Yes. Because
Because of
again,
Didi.
look, listen, Chantal, he is a prostitute though. So just saying. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. He just shouldn't get you sick. That's fucked.
He convinced her that she gave herself gonorrhea.
Get the fuck out of here. That's not possible.
No, it ain't.
Did it to herself, like she gave it to herself because she's
I
dirty.
called Health Canada and everything. I'm like, is there any like studies? Like,
No,
I
that's
called
not real.
fucking Health Canada.
Trust me, that's not real.
No, it ain't.
Prove that you could ever give gonorrhea to yourself.
Definitely not real. I promise. Yeah. No way. Impossible.
Well, there you have it. And I didn't cheat.
Oh.
You guys know I didn't cheat.
Okay. Well, so if you didn't cheat, then there you go.
I mean, do you understand? Have you had? And I'm not. I mean, have you had?
Shit. I wish I knew what you were saying. Internet to you. Keep cutting in and out. Fuck. Damn. Are you on your phone or something? Damn, you keep cutting out. I don't know. But
Yeah, I'll get.
I could go to cat food.
I'll come. Next time.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I appreciate it. Internet T, if you want to come on anytime, let me know. You're cool. I got you. You can come up. It's all good. I appreciate you coming on. You guys should sub to Internet T if you haven't already. But thank you for coming up. I'm sure the whole chat appreciates you. Thank you.
Bye.
You have a good one.
So that was like the portion of the panel where the Internet T came on, and Internet T, you did a fabulous job talking to Chantal. You were giving her the hard questions that RSN did not dare give Chantal, despite the fact that he's had her on panel multiple times. And the reason why he skated around those questions is because he doesn't want to piss Chantal off to the point where she won't come back on. You can't milk her presence for views and money. But you did a great job, Internet T, and that's why in the description of this video, I'm going to leave your link to your channel for anyone who wants to check out your content. I am not promoting RSN. I don't like RSN. But for you, ma'am, I will gladly promote your channel and your content, because you coming on panel and grilling Chantal like a steak, you deserve that. You absolutely deserve that. So I applaud you, ma'am, for what you did, for talking to Chantal the way that you did. She needed that good talking to, although I will say the words of wisdom and advice you have to give to Chantal, I'm sorry, ma'am, she's not going to listen, but you tried. You did try. You tried very hard to let her to see the light, but it's really up to her. She's someone that she's wrapped around this dude. She's addicted to him. She's got other addictions going on. And unless you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're not ready for recovery. You're not ready to see the light. You're not ready to wake up and be enlightened and turn a corner. And she's not turning a corner. She's just giving lip service to everybody. But I do give you props and applause for trying. So that's it for my react to this panel. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please look for the Internet T's channel link in the description. Please check out our content. Thank you so much for watching, and have a very, very good day. Bye-bye.